Hello, I'm Danny. Welcome to my lab. Challenge your hacking skills. Today, I'll demonstrate a complete penetration test and handling process of Metasploit 2 using Kali Linux covering planning, scans, reassessment, implement mitigation, and key lesson learning. Let's get started. Moving to part A. Initial plan was to perform an Nmap scan on the network to confirm Metasploit2 virtual machine IP address is 192.168.56.104. After the assessment of the vulnerabilities, I will decide which vulnerabilities to remediate and execute remediation strategy. Why penetration testing is valuable? Organizations need to conduct regular testing of their system for the following key reasons. 1. To determine the weakness in the infrastructure, application, and people in order to develop controls. 2. To ensure controls have been implemented and are effective. This provides assurance to information security and senior management. 3. To test applications that are often the avenues of attack. Applications are viewed by people who can make mistakes despite best practice in software development. 4. To discover new bugs in existing software. Patches and updates can fix existing vulnerabilities, but they can also introduce new vulnerabilities. Handling flaws in procedures. Mandate and track the employer with important procedures. Incentive team which reward for 100% compliance, 0% report violations. Make notifications on employee annual performance evaluation. Report violations to leadership. Implement a comprehension program. Part B, I use the Nmap scan. I detect over 20 open ports, including high-risk ones like 21 is the BSFTPD backdoor, 23 telnet clear test out, and 45 Samba. They enable remote code execution common in ransom attacks. Need to scan, identify, and update Apache server, directory listing enable, PHP version leads, and multiple OSBD vulnerabilities. On Metasploit 2 or WhatsApp detect a wide range of application-level vulnerabilities including SSS, CSRF, and directory traversal across multiple web applications. This highlights SAT's strength in deeper web application analysis. The Nexus scan on Metasploit 2 returned a large number of critical and high-severity vulnerabilities, including with VNC password, outdated Apache Tomcat, and unsupported Ubuntu version. Overall, across all tools, identified and explored more than 10 distinct vulnerabilities. In Part C, I performed a risk assessment using the Part B scans. Nexus found 63 vulnerabilities on Metasploit 2, including several critical ones with CVSS10, such as the BSFTPD backdoor and VNC with password, both allowing remote shield access. And Nmap confirmed over 30 open ports with Telnet enabling clear test credential, depth, and Samba presenting escalation rates. Nito and SAR revealed serious web issues, PHP-MyAdmin and PHP-Info, especially leaking sensitive data, missing CSP headers, and hash disclosure. The main gaps are clear: no firewall, default credential of the service, and asset web protection. This aligns with current trends, legacy protocol abuse in ransomware, and information disclosure leading to large breaches. To address this risk, I propose three countermeasures. First, change all default and weak passwords to strong ones. Second, disable dangerous services like Telnet to eliminate clear text and backdoor risks. Third, enable the UFW firewall with a default DNS incoming policies to restrict network access. I expect this to reduce critical vulnerabilities by 40 to 60%, close ports like Telnet, and drop the total nexus count from 63 to around 40 or 50. The strategy uses defense in deep, prevention security service reduction, and network control enforce least privileges. This significantly lowers risk by removing common attack vectors sent in current breaches, hardens the system, and makes remote exploitation far more difficult. In Part D, I logged in locally to the Metasploit 2 virtual machine using the default msadmin msadmin credential via the console. To fulfill the requirement of at least three changes, I implement the following. First, I change the msadmin password to a strong one using the password command, directly mitigate with credential vulnerabilities sent across services like VNC. Second, I disable Telnet by commenting out its line in /etc/init.conf and using the legacy init script sudo /etc/init.dev /init stop to stop the service immediately and sudo update -rc.d init disable to prevent it from starting above. This addresses the uncreated port 23 flagged in NAP and Nexus as a high-risk clear test exposure. Third, I disable the BSFTPD service to eliminate the critical backdoor on port 21. Running sudo /etc/init.d /bsftpd stop and sudo update -rc.d bsftpd disable. After rebooting, a quit and not confirmed ports 21 and 23 no longer open, and the rerun Nexus scan reduced vulnerabilities from 63 to 55 with clear mitigation of remote backdoor and credential risk. For Part E, I chose these three chains because they target high critical vulnerabilities with password-enabled easy escalation. Telnet allows credential thief in clear text, and BSFTPD backdoor provides remote root access, while being low cost and extremely quick to implement with minimal disruption. They directly impact the password chains, prevents brute force attacks, disabling Telnet close port 23 and eliminate clear text login risk, disabling BSFTPD, remove the backdoor on port 21, blocking the critical CVA-2011-2523 remote shell. I expect a significant growth in critical vulnerabilities and much harder remote exploration, actual results reduce the total from 63 to 55, with port 21 and 23 fully mitigate and overall exposure lowering through some way, and SSL issue remain due to the outdated base system. This is the result comparison. The first picture is before my Nexus scan. You can show vulnerability in 63, and after vulnerabilities in 55 is remove the BNC service password. In Nmap, this is the before Nmap. The port 23 and port 21 is open, and after 21 and 23 is closed. The same for BNC. The port 5900 is closed. Part E. Lesson learning and conclusion. Lesson learning, configuration, twists and process kills developer quick wins. Re-scans provide evidence, provides remote access to legacy system library defense beyond conflicts, and hardening requires ongoing effort. In conclusion, this penetration testing and hardening exercise demonstrate how appropriate identification and mitigation of vulnerabilities build strong security. Thank you for watching question and work one.